What's going on, YouTube world and YouTube tribe? Welcome back, because we got another review. We got the review for Stargirl season finale, which is episode 13, titled Summer School, chapter 13. It says, as Eclipso unleashes the final part of his master plan, Courtney, Pat, and the JSA band together to take him down once and for all. So, some big surprises, some returns. But this episode picks up right where the last one left off. Beth and Dr. Midnight, or Chuck, are cornered by Eclipso. Eclipso's, Eclipso, once again, Beth, she basically yells to Eclipso that our friends are coming. He said, I told you. That's what I want. That's my plan. I want Courtney here. And they're like, why? Why do you want her here? Why is that what you want? Why do you want everybody here? And he said to see Courtney's dark side, to see what would it take to bring out that darkness within her. Because he said, I have power and control over darkness, but not light itself. And you see a ripple in the sky, which is like a portal to the Shadowlands, and which is a portal to the Shadowlands. So we see part of his plan is opening up the Shadowlands. Then we eventually find out that his plan in the whole is to combine the world of the Shadowlands with this world, and he so that he could consume everyone. So he just not the people in Blue Valley, but everyone. He wants to consume everyone. The JSA spring into action to go stop. They do end up showing up to have this big showdown with Eclipso. They quickly find out that I think the fight starts within his parents within the parents office, and Eclipso it tells Beth and them, this is what kickstarted the fight, because they still staring him down. They was like you're in here busy worried about me, but you haven't asked what I did to your parents. And Beth, she's like, oh my God, what did you do to my parents? Where are they? They said he tells them that her parents are in the other room being tortured by basically a hallucination version of her yelling at them for their divorce, telling them that she hates them, that she doesn't love them. And Dr. Beth and Dr. Midnight, they run off to go see her parents stuck in this tormented hallucination. Like, we see them trying to talk to Beth and try to calm her down, but when we see them through the glasses, we just see them just standing there looking like this in a trance, stuck in the thing. Beth and them trying to figure out how to stop them. Courtney and the others get there. Courtney and the JSA, or part of I think it was Courtney and Yolanda, along with Cindy. They get there. They start to fight Eclipso. Eclipso start bringing up brings up different versions of people, hallucination versions of people to fight him. While Courtney sends Pat to go help Beth and them. I think for Courtney was stuck fighting Eclipso. Yolanda had to fight the original Wildcat, and Cindy had to fight her younger version of herself. To Pat and then to them, the hallucination is so powerful that they actually feel like you really getting hurt. It felt like when they hit you, you actually feel pain, but it's just all in your head because the pain receptors and all that type of stuff. He just messing with your head to make you think you feeling pain and all that, but you really just fighting with yourself. Uh, Wildcat fighting Yolanda. He's taunting her, telling her she only got the stones basically to do the job, to be the Wildcat and do what needs to be done. Um, Cindy is being tortured by her younger self, telling her, no, basically taunting her about her darkness and basically how she killed her mother and stuff. And Cindy is basically fighting Eclipso, who keep disappearing and reappearing. He stayed as a little kid to her and just basically kept teleporting away as she kept trying to blast him and stuff. We see that Jenny, she finally wakes up from her sleep as Barb comes into the room. Barbara, she asked Jenny what was going on because she heard her, and she was like, we gotta stop Courtney and them from going to Eclipso because that's his plan. She was having visions, and she seen that his plan was for he want Courtney and them to show up, but she tells her that it's too late. They already left. And she said, we have to go stop them. We have to stop them now. So Jenny and Barbara, basically, since Jenny knows it's an emergency, Barbara drops everything. They go get ready, and only to open the door to find a mysterious mystery person within the doorway. You don't see who the person is. You just see Barbara looking shocked. It was like, you. She said, it's you. I want to say I forgot Pat's son's name, but Pat and his friend with Thunderbolt, they basically wait in the wings for Stripesy to get finished being repaired, but Prepares goes a little bit slow, and then eventually they're told that Stripesy won't be going nowhere if they don't get the right engine part needed to fix him, or until then Stripesy won't be able to be functioning. They won't be able to help join in the fight. Thunderbolt eventually returns from China with the I think he said he was in Japan or China with the food, and he as he rambling on, Pat's son, he's like, hey, look, forget all that. I got an idea, and we've seen that the idea was he used they very specifically had him with the wish for the engine part so that it could be used to fix Stripesy, and they can end up joining the fight. Rick was basically struggling to rebuild the hourglass. As he's going through the notes of how to rebuild it and stuff, and he does eventually rebuild it, but it still doesn't work. Like he couldn't get it to work again, and not wanting his friends to be without him, he just takes he goes with a different option since he can't get the hourglass to work even after rebuilding it, and we see what that option is later on in the fight. So now that we got that out the way with Rick, we got that out the way with Pat's son and his friend with Thunderbolt and Stripesy. I'm trying to see, was it something in Jenny and Barbara? Was there anything so that basically goes back to the battle? I think that was it. I think that was all the little side pieces that leads into this final battle. So now we back at the battle. Courtney and the others are basically having a hard time with Crystal. This is like the part where Crystal made like an evil clone of Pat come into play. He basically trying to it was Pat in his costume as the sidekick of Starman, and he basically was taunting him, saying that he was just nothing but a disappointment, and he started fighting himself. Beth and Dr. Midnight, they still Chuck, they're still dealing with trying to stop the hallucination that Chuck has placed on. That Calypso has placed on on Beth's parents. Uh, Courtney and Calypso is pretty much still going at it. I think it spills it to the streets. Um, I think Beth eventually they stop. Eventually, Dr. Midnight he gets everybody to see that what they was fighting was just hallucinations. Besides for Courtney, and they end up stopping him. They stop the hallucination briefly to where the hallucination disappearing. They all turn their attention to Calypso. So when Pat in a little brief fight with Courtney, Pat gets captured by Eclipso, and he Eclipso was like breaking his arm, and he trying to force Courtney to say it. He wants her to give in to the darkness, in order for his plan to be complete. She has to give into the darkness by admitting something, and he basically tries to force it out of her. She doesn't want to say it. She doesn't want to give in, but he's like breaking. He's shaking, breaking his arm. You hear it snapping and breaking, and he's like, "Say it, say it." Say it, I'm gonna break his arm and break the other one. Say it. And she finally just yells out, "I hate you." And he's like, oh. Like that was like so satisfactory. And he just let Pat go and teleport to Courtney. It was like I got my hooks into you now because you finally, by saying you hate me, you embrace the darkness, and which allows it was a lot like that's when I think that's when he made the comment by having the hooks in her, and then he like got her by the neck, and then he like jabs his like hand towards her face, but then he turns into like this dark substance when he did that, and he started going inside Courtney's body, and that's when we see like the scene from the trailers when she just sitting there, ha 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 ha, laughing all evil and stuff. And Calypso has taken over her body, and he touches the staff only for the staff to turn into turn like purplish, dark, purple, the color for like evil and darkness and stuff like that. Courtney they try to stop Courtney. Cindy wants to kill Courtney because she argued with Yolanda, tell Yolanda, hey, killing the host is the only way to stop them. Courtney, Yolanda, tells Cindy, no, we're not killing Courtney. That's not how we operate. The old JSA might have did it that way, but we're going to be, basically we're being better, and we're not going to kill her. You understand? You're not going to kill her. And Cindy realizes that there's no giving in to this because Yolanda is not going to allow it. So she just agrees with Yolanda, and they basically go to try to fight Courtney, who was possessed by Eclipso, but he's too strong. We see back in the office, they finally get rescued. I'm about to say all these other people's names. Beth's parents gets rescued by unlikely ally. You haven't seen the episode, I won't tell you who that was, but it was unexpected. But I had a little inkling. For it. They even asked. It was like they would ask such and such. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got such. You know me. I got a flair for the dramatic sometimes." But yeah, somebody basically that person. That's how that person is the reason why Beth's parents are getting saved. In the ensuring battle, it looked like I want to say Eclipso Courtney. Look like Calypso going to hit the other hand, going to fulfill his prophecy. He also caused like another split in the sky, a dimensional. He's getting ready to try to infuse the Shadowlands with the regular world, and out comes nowhere. Somebody grabs onto it, and this is another person who comes to help save the day. And this person convinced Courtney to fight Eclipso and remember the good, remember the good inside of you, the reason why the staff chose you. Because if the staff chose you and see something in you just like it seen something in him. and Courtney gets and starts to break through thanks to the power of the staff. And starts to break through. She starts to remember the good in her heart and all the good times and all the good memories, to the point where it started overpowering Eclipso. And you hear like Eclipso and Courtney yell at the same time, and Eclipso like explodes out of her body, and and Chris was like laying on the ground. He said, you know, he's giving them this ominous warning, like, it's not done yet. I'm not finished. Like, don't think you won just because you got me out of her body. And this person who saved Beth's parents, he's like Eclipso is weak, and I suggest anybody with light powers act now to destroy him. And Jenny, Courtney, and I think what's his name? Jeremy or Jam? Yeah, the guy, the boy with the thunderbolt pen. He wished for what do we call it, for Eclipso to be toast. He said no problem coming up, and they all shoot their beams at him. And you know, until like he explodes, but he literally explodes into toast. They were like, what did we do with it? What did we do with him? Like they said put it away and throw it. So like his new prison is actually being toast now. The episode basically ends on a higher note. Everybody's lives getting somewhat back to normal. Though we see Helix. We get a little Helix in there, and we see that at the place where they was looking for Jen's brother is not so, I would say, wholesome as they made it seem like to be, and it looks like they might have a new big bad, because that guy looked a little bit scary at the end of that. Yeah, but life get back to normal until they find out there's some new neighbors. The house next door is sold, so they got some new neighbors, and they find out who those new neighbors is, and it will shock you because the neighbors are somebody who returned the third return of the episode of people who returned to help be Eclipso, and they just sitting there like, oh, howdy neighbor, we made some such and such. And they basically waiting for him to invite them in. And you see Pat, who answered the door. He was just like he just turns and looks at Courtney and like, really? And everybody's looking like, and you just like they end the episode with Courtney just looking. And she goes, "What the?" And the episode ends. It does a little Stargirl intro thing, and this time instead of saying summer school, now the new tagline is frenemies. That's where we get the little cliffhanger for Helix and what's to come in the next season. Overall, this season finale episode gets a big 10 out of 10 because it was suspenseful, it was fun, I very enjoyed it, I had no problem with it whatsoever. 10 out of 10. Can't wait to see what happens in season 3. Though I really hope like the little frenemies things. That's the one thing, like not pertaining to the episode, but the whole thing with I hope they just don't go like frenemy. The next season will be like frenemies chapter 2 or chapter 1. I actually hope that they bring back actual episode names, but it was a little bit weird trying to talk about an episode that's only got the titles. Is just like you really can't get a grasp of what the episode is going to be about when it's just called Summer School Chapter 13. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then hit that button right there in the upper right corner for all of my videos and review videos, I should say. And if you enjoyed this video so much you want to support the channel, then hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become part of the tribe, hit that notification button, turn it all the way up, turn it all the way on, so you get notified when I drop videos. And as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content, but don't go anywhere. That review video for SmackDown coming right after this. And maybe some gameplay. Who knows? Peace out.